Hello, I'm the Movie Geek and today I'm talking the Lego Batman movie. After watching and loving the Lego movie, I have been highly anticipating this movie. The Lego movie did something that was unprecedented. It took the hero's journey and played it out through CGI stop motion animation with Lego. What appeared to be a feature-length advert for the newest Lego merchandise turned out to be extremely well written and well thought out movie. We were introduced to Emmett, played by Chris Pratt, Wildstyle, played by Elizabeth Banks, Vitruvius, played by Morgan Freeman, and Batman, played by Will Arnett, as they join forces to fight Lord Business, played by Will Ferrell. Once that problem was dealt with, and I suppose after the Duplo attack, Batman must have come back to Lego Gotham City. The Lego Batman movie is a kind of quasi-sequel following on from the events of Lego Movie, but focusing on Lego Batman exclusively. This was the most obvious route to take, as Batman in the Lego Movie was the funniest character. His self-obsessed, narcissistic character was hilarious, showing Batman as little more than a grumpy teenager who has a penchant for loud, shouty metal. The portrayal of Batman in the Lego Movie was clever and funny, but could it sustain a standalone feature film set in the same Lego universe? Would this be another standalone quality film made around characters formed from Lego, or would this be a cheap follow-up attempting to sell more streamlined Batman Lego to children? The Lego Batman movie follows Arnett's Batman as he not only has to face off with a number of his own rogues gallery, including the lesser known villains, but he also has to come to terms with adopting Dick Grayson, played by Michael Cera. The film opens with the Joker, along with all of Batman's rogues gallery, trying to destroy Gotham City. Commissioner Gordon is prevented from alerting Batman due to the bat signal being attacked by Egghead, not here played by Vincent Price. As Batman fights, he tells the Joker that he is not his arch nemesis, and this hurts the Joker's feelings. As Batman saves the day, but doesn't catch the villains, he returns to the large and lonely Wayne Manor. Bloody clowns. We see how Batman relaxes after a hard night of Batmaning. To be honest, it's pretty much the same as what you expect all incarnations of Batman to be like. Except Lego Batman is every incarnation of Batman. He's been around for a long time, and as he says himself, he has aged very well. However, Lego Batman also has a penchant for romantic comedies that he watches on his large, lonely home cinema. The Lego Batman movie is a love letter to the vast history of the character of Batman. It takes the character that was set up in the Lego movie and builds upon it by referencing the hell out of a lot of its 78-year history. There is an early reference to Tim Burton's 1989 Batman with an iconic line from that film being used to signify the beginning of a fight. Now, I'm a geek. I enjoy geeky stuff and I love the references in this film. It's the love of the Batman character that stands out for me. The writers, and there are many, appear to have respect for all incarnations of Batman, including the older campier portrayals. They were laughing at these aspects, but it's not malicious or filled with hate or denial. It's used to show that Batman has evolved over a long life and that each of every portrayal of Batman is Batman, including Bat Nipples and Bat Credit Card. One moment that I enjoyed a lot was the moment that was in the trailer, when Alfred states that he has witnessed many phases that Batman has gone through. He then lists off each year from 2016 back to the 60s where Batman has appeared on film. This is visually emphasised by portraying the older films and all the Batmans in Lego form. Well, apart from Bat Nipples for Batman and Robin, which is a little bit silly, as Bat Nipples appeared in Batman Forever 2, but everyone seems to forget that. They even visually mention Adam West's Batman and the 1940s serial starring Lewis Wilson. The film looks as good as a film can when it's CGI, emulating stop motion animation using Lego. It follows in its predecessor's footsteps in this aspect and builds on the world that was created with the Lego movie. The detail that's gone into making the Lego figures look as though they are Lego figures is superb. The way Alfred's bald head moves when his head moves from side to side adds to the quality of the animation. The pace is fast as a 7-year-old child on Christmas morning after 2 bottles of Fruit Shoot. It's so fast that when it slows down for breath to add some emotional punches, it almost wins you when it stops. This isn't a bad thing, and following on from the Lego movie, it makes sense. Everything Lego Batman did in the Lego movie was fast paced. He comes across as a little bit ADHD, and adding this to the grumpy teenager character, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. We are living in Lego Batman's world, and it is fast. so hold on tight. Some of the plot points seem to drag on, with the emotional points centering on whether Batman will allow anyone into his world. He doesn't, then he does, and then he doesn't again, until he does. The writers seem to bash home this point even up until the closing scenes, but saying this was a negative aspect would be going a little bit too far. It does work, and it emphasises Batman's loner figure, which throughout his time has been touched on. Batman Forever. The voice cast all work their roles perfectly, with Arnett leading the charge. He is able to portray Batman as gruffly voiced teenager hiding behind his cowl, literally hiding behind his cowl. The difference between his Batman voice and Bruce Wayne voice is not that much different, seemingly continuing the dig at Christopher Nolan's Batman gravel voice portrayed by Christian Bale. What I have found about Arnett is the amount of promotional material he's been doing, with him appearing in different adverts such as BT and joining forces with Facebook personalities. The other voice actors were numerous, and despite being heavily advertised, they became lost in the mix. I only heard Billy D. Williams reprised Two-Face voice once in the film, in an easily missed scene. It's brilliant that they could bring him back, but for the short amount of time he's on, it's easy to think, what's the point? I know, he was supposed to play Two-Face in one of Tim Burton's sequels, but still, it seems a bit of a stretch for just an in-joke. Saying that, I enjoyed it, and now thoughts have opened up to how a Billy D. Williams Two-Face would have played out. Michael Cera played an extremely upbeat 60s style positive Richard Grayson, aka Robin, or Dick if you're a mean kid. He plays it well, with many of the laughs coming from him trying to gain Batman's approval. Ralph Fiennes is fine as Alfred. He doesn't bring much to the role other than an unnoticed father figure to Bruce, but he does have a moment at the end of the film where he dons the cowl in the vein of the 60s Batman TV show. I found it odd that he didn't reprise his role of Voldemort, which could have been a nice little nod to the Harry Potter series. Overall, there was a lot of characters, but this wasn't an ensemble cast. This was Lego Batman film, and thus, the main focus was on the titular character. The movie looks great and gives an audience good laughs and a lot of winks and nudges to the Batman-initiated geek. The cast were good and brought everything they could to their roles. The film was good and continued the same aesthetic as the Lego movie, leading me to call this a quasi-sequel. It has continued the Lego movie's style and quality storytelling, whilst at the same time showcasing the Lego brand of Batman merchandise throughout the years. This even happens in the film, where Batman gives free merchandise to the orphans. Or should I say, merch. It doesn't have the heart of the Lego movie, despite it trying, but this is not what the film was about. My overall judgment of the film is that it was a well thought out, cleverly executed love letter to Batman. The writers accept every incarnation of the Caped Crusader, and accept that they are all Batman, and most of all, they are all Lego Batman. Now, how do I start a petition to get Egghead into the DCEU? Please like, share and subscribe. I've been the Movie Geek, or should that be, the Lego Movie Geek.